So today, what exactly we will be going to see? Those who are in a DevOps batch, today the class will be for 2 hours into the evening. Online class will be there, not possible offline. Online today only, just an update for them. Yesterday was offline, but I found less people over there. So we will be having some end-to-end bootstrap server practical sessions. So a lot of practical sessions are going on. So today also there is something I have planned, a bigger session which you can see end-to-end how the how this particular thing is working on it. With the respect to AWS, anyhow, we do a lot of this things related practical part which we are going in. So I hope pretty much clear for everyone that part. I thought I have kept something for you guys to showcase. Audible, right, for everyone? There is no sound issue. Can someone confirm, please, quickly? Are you able to hear me properly? Can someone confirm you are able to hear me?
Audible, sir.
Okay. Fine. Got disconnected actually. Let me see. So these are the notes. Okay. Like, I think more 2 weeks. I'm thinking we will be finishing off AWS, and these are the one notes I already shared into the beginning. Those are handwritten notes, but this will give you a better understanding about all the services, okay, which you can use it for your learning purpose. Okay, I'll provide just notes, and any one of you take one printout for this particular thing, and then you can do it. Okay, like elastic block storage and all these components, you can take this copy and all. Fine. Let's get started. So yesterday we started one topic that is called IAM, Identity Access Manager. So today what we are going to do it, we will extend this class for deploying multiple IAM user and create different users relatable to. First, we will create today something onto the direct policies. Then we will see something on custom policies also. Okay, how to deploy it. So let's say okay. Yesterday I created one Ranjit close user. Let's delete this user and just pass it as Ranjit clone user. Now from here, whatever the topics we are left with, those topics are small topics, which will be doing it on this part. But yeah, we'll be going the way same. Okay, let's say I want to create one more user, and let's say I'm creating a users one by one of this batch only. So I will be having a easier naming conventions following the screen. So let's say the first user is Reddy Shravani. What exactly it is there? That from Ranjit global account, this is account ID. I am creating one user, Reddy Shravani user. Okay, making a user, and I say that okay, I want to create an IAM user. Fine. Now I want to generate a custom password, and I'll say that okay, I'll give her a password automation. Like show password. If I kept this particular thing, user must create a next password to the sign in. It means what is going to be happen? She can create a password automatically. There is a policy going to be accommodate for her account. So I like okay, let her create it, something like that. And then what exactly I'm telling you, like, okay, I don't want to create any group. I don't want to copy permission. I just create a direct policy for her. So what I'll do, I'll just give her some permission, EC2 full access. Okay. Then I should give her VPC full access, let's say, and we should give her S3 full access. Okay. Let's give her cloud watch full access. So like I have given her 4 different permissions. If you see over there, there are direct policies 1242. Let's make it next. So if you see over there, Reddish revenue user can now do Amazon EC2 full access, Amazon S3, CloudWatch, and on top of it, IAM change password is also there. When she will connect, she can able to create and use it. I'll just say create user. Okay. What exactly it will going to be happen? This is going to be created, and then they say download this user, download this particular user. So means Reddish revenue user got created now. So what will happen, this particular user, what she is available, can having credentials, something like this. Okay, you see over here now, she is a user, she having a password, and this is the console now she is login. For example, let's say control C, and we open into another browser, Firefox, let's say. Firefox, let's say, and let's go over here now. Let's go over here and mark it. Okay. If you go over here, so this login will be little bit different. This login will be little bit different. How it is? Earlier we used to use as a root user. Now it is getting logged in as an IAM user, which is the account ID. Okay. Then what is the username? This time it is the username, not the email ID. Like, okay, IAM user. Then you have the password over there. That is your automation at the rate sign. I just don't want to save it. So that, see, I have given her one credentials over here. Okay, return to the user list. What exactly I have to give over here it for her permission. Login, Reddish Avenue user. Go to her permissions. I have given in the last I am user change password. If you see over here the description, effect allow. This is a JSON method. Effect allow, and it is showing that it should she should change the password, the user and the username. Coming to this part, so I have given the password as, let's cross check it as an automation at the rate DM1. Let's pass the same automation. New password, let me update it as welcome. Confirm the same password as welcome DM1. Let's say as confirm password change. What exactly happened? Now this Shravani user got logged in. The Shravani user got logged in as an account ID. I am user. These are all the things. Take one thing as an I am user now. Okay. Now what exactly you are going to see over here? If you notice just now, red everywhere. Access denied. Access denied. Access denied. Access denied. And the same thing if you see over here, there at the consoles, all services, or let's say the console home. There is nothing like access denied. Everything is visible for us over here. How come this thing is happening? The thing is that this user does not have now this users have now like some set of permissions only there. Some set of only permissions over there. Okay. So what is that? That is something which you can perform. Right? That is the one thing you can do it. Okay. Similarly, let's go to this page. Let's go to this one more page over there. Okay. Now, for an example, I want to create few more users. I want to create few more users. So let's say create a new user. give her like a name. Let's say Shakti Shri underscore user. Let's say she is another user. I'll say I want to create a user. Make a custom password and give the password as again this one welcome at the rate DM one and show password. And what exactly I'm passing it? That user should create a new password. See, whatever I'm defining it, that is fine. Though still I'm having the permission, but the main part is that I can able to give her. Then again, I will do attach policy directly. Okay, and again for her also, I'll just say easy to full access. Make it as a permission. Then I should be giving her, let's say, lambda, lambda. Let's say AWS S3 representative. Then I should be giving something called as cloud front. Okay, full access. And then again, I am giving it at EC2. It is already given. Let's say S3 we should be giving three full access. So after that, what happened? Four permissions are again directly attached, and again making it, and then say create user. So again, what will happen? A user got created, and this one is got it. Okay, return to the user link. So now what happened? We have two different users. One is Reddy Shravani user, one is Shakti Shri user. What exactly it is happening? That both of the two users are having some activity. As of now, Shakti Shri does not log in, so nothing is showing over here in this particular sign. Okay, but I can able to log in a similar way, which I can share. So for example, now let's create someone who's very less privileges. Like let's say Charan user. We can create this as Charan underscore user and provide the access to the management console I want. Now again custom password and then say automation at the rate DM1N. Okay, show password and then user must log in. Go to next part, attach policy. Now this time I don't want them to perform anything and let's say EC2 read only access. This user should have read only access. Okay, then VPC read only, then S3 read only, then CloudWatch, CloudWatch read only. Something like CloudWatch agent, CloudWatch action EC2 policy like this one. Fine, and making this next. So what happened now? Every permission is having the read only permissions for this user, making us create user. Fine. So after that again, there is one more user is created. Download this file and return to the user list. So now what happened? What exactly it is showing? Exactly showing that okay, I can create multiple users at the multiple places. Means if I have an organization, so within organization, I can create multiple users over there. Fine. I can create it multiple users over there. So in this particular scenario, now another part which you have to think of, let's say you are telling to access the this particular thing related to programmatic related to console login, but probably you don't want it. You mostly want the user to be accessed via programmatic access, and which we have seen into the AWS CLI deployment. What exactly mean? For an example, there is Charan is an user. Okay, now remember this thing. There is a Charan user. So as a global account, now you created your own things and you are on to perform some activity. So now you have added few permission and you don't want to directly go to the login console. You can go and create on the security credentials which you need for AWS CLI login. So what exactly you will do? You will create an access key. You will create an access key. What exactly it is showing that okay, you can either create it as command line interface, a local code application running on AWS compute service, running outside. So just say command line interface. Okay, what it is showing, even though it is showing that using AWS Cloud Shell. Cloud Shell means this is the Cloud Shell. If I'll click on this one, this is a Cloud Shell which you can deploy it and you can configure it for your environment. Means you can like you can use from here also. Uh, Like you can use from this particular. Like for an example, you can deploy from here also, and this is the cloud shell. And let's say this is sudo su coming from there, and you can perform it something from here also. So here you should be like a similar way, like we have seen over there, AWS EC2, and like the way we use the command, right? Describe hyphen images honor. So this similar way we can use it from here also on that day, which we have seen it. As of now, I have not passed the full command. So we can use here also what all the commands we have seen on that particular thing. Okay, I think this is the one which we use on that day. This most for text is covered, that's fine. So something like that, which we have used it. So what exactly it is showing that AWS SQL Drive describe features, owner, Amazon, filters, name, value. So what it will show? It will show all the list of AMI now. AMI, Amazon, machine images. Okay. It means all of these things available. Same thing we did it onto the CLI. Remember any doubt on this part before I'll proceed further? Any doubt on this part? How it is came? Remember on that day CLI practical demo when happened, practical class happened. Charan, Lalit, Venkat, remember? Rupa, remember this part or not?
Got it, sir.
Hmm? Fine. Fine. So this is another way. So which is actually it is telling by the cloud that okay, either using CLI, either you can use Cloud Shell. So we are well aware. Okay, I think let me show you guys also. Okay, and now this one, which we discussed on that day, where we were performing something from a CLI. That is telling not only CLI, you can do from the cloud also. So that is a thing what we have seen on that day. Okay, now let's say I understand and I can just move to the next part. Description tag value. So let's say Charan key, just this one we can say, and create an access key. What exactly it happened? Now the key related to the accessibility from the CLI have been created for this guy. Okay, what exactly it means? It means now he can directly access programmatically from CLI. CLI can be accessible from both of the place. One is from here also, Cloud Shell. One is from EC2 instance. I would recommend deploy an EC2 instance and then you can do it because you will find more interesting to deploy it and perform it. Okay, so that is one of the thing you should be doing it for the IAM user. Okay, so that is one part. Okay, you can create it and perform it. Now let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and see a few more users. See a few more. So if you see over here, uh, like let's say Red Channel user, Reddish Tavern user. So these are the few different users who were created. Now you might be seeing one thing. Okay, like for an example, could be probably there will be some reason where they all might be working in a single project or might be working in a different project also. Could be possible, right? Like two people join one project, one person join a different project. So in that particular scenario, what exactly happened? Let's say you should be creating a group. You should be creating a group. So let's say user group when you do, let's create a group. Now let's say create a group name is Ranjit underscore Ranjit Ranjit underscore team. Okay. Ranjit underscore team. Okay. So if you go over here and I want to create a team, let's say let me uh, create one more user. Let's say Lalit user. Okay. Provide an access to the console. I want to create. custom password we are giving it, and let's say welcome at the AWS and show password. Next, attach policy LLC, and just giving EC2 read access only. So click on next, make it as created. So this is one more user I have just created to have it downloaded, and just go to users. So there are 4 different users I have created. Fine. But now I see I keep 2 people in 2 different groups, 2 people in 2 different groups, because it is very difficult for me to create multiple users and define multiple permissions. Okay. So let's say what I will be doing it. I'm going over here and creating user group. So let's say create a group, and this time I should give a project name. Project name is that project name is a machine learning underscore team. No, it's very boring. Let's say alpha team. Okay, alpha team. So under alpha team, I'm adding I'm putting 2 people, Charan user and Lalit user. Okay, and after adding these 2 people, it is still asking that boss. Okay, you have still some permission to add it. Are you want to add it anything? I like no, it's not required. I think it's fine. Say create user group over there. So what exactly it has happened now? Under alpha team, I am having 2 new permissions, 2 new users, which and these particular things having different permission to be allocated to these users. Let's say I'll add some permission now at a group level. A group level. So I'll say CloudWatch, not CloudWatch. Let me give something else which is unique. Security hub. Yeah, security hub. So this particular permission is security hub permission attach policy. So now what is going to be happen by default? By default, these both users, Charan user and the what we called Lalit, both should be having by default security hub full access because it is matched by the group alpha team. Okay, I don't have added intentionally to them, but they are part of alpha team, so they get benefit for that particular group. So let's say now go to again over there, go to again create group, and now this time I'll create one more group, called it as beta group. Beta group. Okay, so after creating no, not here, I'll create over here, and this one is a beta underscore group. Okay. This is the group which I am going to create, and this time I'll put Reddy Shravani and Shakti Shri into that thing, and I'll just give them a permission of, let's say, one more unique feature that is called guard duty. It's a guard duty full access. So I'll just create a user group. Now what will happen? A beta group got created. I'll go over here, and if you see over here, there are permission is going to be added. Amazon full access guard duty as a group level. And I'll just create Shravani or Reddy Shravani, and I can just see the permissions, whatever they have added. So they can be seeing the good guard duty full access. So what happened? Now I started setting up the platform. I started creating users groups. I created users, and on that basis I have defined. But now let's say someone new joined. So how this thing will actually impact him? So for example, he will be joining alpha group. So what it is going to be happen? So let's say now add Venkat also. Let's add Mr. Venkat also. He mentioned his name on Skype, Mr. Venkat. So let's say Mr. Venkat as a user. And let's provide an access. I want to create an IAM user. And let's say custom password and say DevOps at the rate DM1 and make it show password. Fine. And next. So what now? Now it is, see, if you see the first time, which is earlier it was different, it is showing that, okay, were you able to watch add user to the group anywhere or not? So I like, yeah, I really want add a user to group. So I'll say I want him to add into beta group. Okay, I want him to add into the beta group. Now I'll go to the next part, and no, go to previous part, and again one more part, it is asking me copy the permission. So I'll say, yeah, I can copy now, because in this beta group is for Reddy Shravani and Shakti Shravani, so they have few set of permission. So I'll just give it the permission from Reddish Ravni, whatever he have in his bucket, and I'll just click on next. And now what will happen? Whatever the permission this beta group will be having. Okay, you might be saying IAM user change password 2 times. Why it is happening? Because Reddish Ravni already having this thing, and again we are defining it. So let's go previous. Let's go previous, and you should uncheck this part because it is already there. So click on next, and now what exactly it will, you can go on next, and now if you see a single time it is coming over there instead of repetition. So what will happen after this passing? I'll just say create user. Again create user. So this user got created, downloaded, and just go over here in the users, and now you can see there are different users which is getting created. As of now, if you see for churn user, it is showing access key. For rest of the run, it is not not showing. So for if everyone I want to create it, I'll just go to the Lalit user, go to security credential, create access key, command line interface. I understand. Next, I'll just say create access key, done. Okay. Uh, cannot fine. So access key got reverted. Okay, now again go to users, again see over here, and then Mr. Venkat user. I'll go to security credentials. I can just go to create access key, command line interface. I understand the next, and create access key, and just done. Continue. Okay, come again to the users. Reddish Ravni user. Thank for her security credentials. Create access key, command line interface. I understand. Next, create access key. Done. Continue. Users, again come to Shaktishri user, come to security credentials groups, and then access key, then command line interface. I understand. Next step, create access key. Done. Continue. So now what exactly happened? Now see it very carefully. Now if I'll go to the user group, I'll go to the alpha team, and if I'll go to the permissions or I go to the user level, I'll go to the churn user. And for an example, if I can just remove the permissions related to the UI console, related to the accessibility console, what exactly it is going to be happen? They have to log in only with the this one, what we call particular particular this part. Just a second, I'm just making repeating it that word once again. So let's say now everyone have their own access key and secret key. So what exactly I want to manage them not via not via this thing from the console. I'll just say manage console disable. This is disable now. Okay. So now they cannot go and access anything from here. They cannot go it. And let's say again security credentials. I'll show you how it is showing. Disable access, disable for Lalit. Let's say Venkat, and security credentials, manage console, disable access. Now let's go to again user, and let's say Reddish Shravani, security credentials, manage console access, disable. Now let's go to user and Shaktishri user, security credentials, manage console, disable access. So now what happened? Everything users have been disabled from the console sign in. Okay, console sign in. So let's see whether we have this one. If I'll do a log, then what exactly it is happening? As of now, it will reflect some of the part, but let's start doing some of the actions over there. EC2 extend, or I'll say just log it out and just try it. It takes some time sometimes to log in or update it, but it will reflect. I'm user, and let's say Reddish Ravni as an user. Password is as an automation @ DM1N. Not now. Okay. Reddish Ravni as an user. Fine. So now it started doing it. It's simply saying that your authentication information is incorrect. Though this message is incorrect, it should not be like this thing. The message should be that okay, you are not allowed to log into the console, something like that, but it is defining some other thing. Okay, so what exactly it happened? It is actually now starting the part. Starting the part. So this way you can manage different things on this part. This is one thing now. User groups and user. Now comes to now. Sure. Now comes to roles. Now comes to roles. So let's say, for an example, I just want to create a role. Okay, I want to create a role to perform some action. Okay, for any of the use cases, like uh, like any scenario for EC2 deployment. Like let's say EC2 deployment only. I want to do it. Okay. Uh, so what exactly I will be now doing it? I will be performing some actions over there. It can be done by role also. It can be done by policies also. So let's say AWS service, and I'll say I'll take EC2, okay, and click on next. I'll click on next. Now, if you see over here, let's say I want to boundary over there EC2 full access. So what exactly it will happen? I can directly attach this particular permission into the user as a role name. Okay, Ranjit user for Ranjit, just Ranjit user. Allow EC2 instance to call AWS service on your behalf, something like that. I'll just say create role. So this particular thing, what we are doing it, it is actually a role. Okay, like I can directly attach this role to any user, so he and she can able to perform some action. Fine. So that is one thing. If I say view role, so it will show a role. So it is again like a permission only. You don't have to think more about it. For us, the main important part is now in this scenario in this class is policies. Actually, in a real world scenario, two things you can do it. One is one is a way to direct the policies attach directly. Attach the policy directly. When we say attach the policy directly, what exactly it means which you are right now doing it. EC2 full access, EC2 read access, everything you are doing it directly. Right? That is one approach which you are doing it. But think of a scenario. If I am going to give a full access, let's say EC2 full access, what exactly it will happen? What exactly it is going to be happen? It means it can able to deploy everything. It can able to deploy every particular action. If I'll go over there in a permission and it'll be like EC2, if I'll go and I can see in a JSON format, let's say, what exactly it will do? It can do each and every action. EC2 is allowed, right? CloudWatch is allowed, auto scaling is allowed, IAM service is allowed. Means everything it is able to do. Do we really need that much of permission to give it any user as a AWS cloud architect or as in someone who is actually dealing with some this part? The answer is no. You should not do in this way actually. You should not do in this way actually. Now you have to think a bigger picture. I have given you guys one project where you want to do a GUI enablement for Red Hat. Now think of a scenario. I need to develop, I need to install VPC, I need to install Security Hub, I need to install firewall, internet gateway, these all things. So now you have a thought process to think that okay, if I am going to use one user, if I'm going to use any user who having this set of permission, how it is going to create or what all permissions I will be deploying it. Let's see over here. Let's see over here. In this particular figuring an EC2 instance, configuring an EC2 instance. Oh, I'm typing out autumn. So let's say I just want EC2. Okay, I just want, as of now, let's say take the smaller example. I just want EC2. Now, what exactly it is showing that? Okay, how you want to create it. Just a second. I'll just show you repeatedly again. Make it cancel. Continue. And okay, I'll just click on create policy, and let's say I'll just give it a policy. Let's say EC2. Okay. After that, what exactly it is? See, it is giving me both of the action, affect, allow, and deny. This part we have seen into the NACL part when we have talked about NACL. So now what exactly I'll do? I will create something over here. So what exactly say showing? Okay, select at least one service. I have selected one service, but I want JSON. JSON I wanted. So now what exactly it is showing over here? It is telling that okay, start writing your code. What exactly you want to do? Okay, so from here I will start writing my code. So let's say it is showing version 2027 SID statement one. So I'll instead of statement one, I'll say it's not statement one, it's a EC2 deployment. Okay, what is the effect? Effect it is allow, it is fine. I can go ahead, and then it is asking me the action. Okay, what kind of an action you wanted over here? Fine, I can know. Now what I want very limited actions for my EC2. Okay, for example, because I have chosen EC2 service only. So let's say EC2 colon, I'll say describe the instances. First part, EC2 instance, describe instances. This is the first permission I want to give him, EC2, and then I want user should be having start instances. Start instances, and let's say bracket comma. Then again, I should be giving EC2 colon. Then it's like stop instances. And then again, I will be like EC2 terminate instances. And that's one. So now, what exactly I have did? Let's say make it little small only, not big. So now, if you see over here, instances should be closed. Now, if you see over here, and resources should be keeping it as an hash. Resources could be sitting as an hash star to allow with all EC2 instances. Okay, to all EC2 instances. So now, what exactly I have done? I have created something instead of EC2 full access. Now I have created this policy over there. I'll say next. I'll say next. So this is what I have. A EC2 access level is limited list and write. Like okay, I can having some permission to be listed over here to allow. Like to start the instance, you have a permission. To stop the instance, we should be having permission. But let's see whether this particular user will able to deploy or not. So I'll say EC2 limited set of permission. Limited set permission. Just remember this name. We need to find it. And this user should at least create an instance. This is our requirement, okay, which we want to do it, create instance. But the permission right now, what we allocated, we allocated a permission describe instances, okay, and we define a permission of start instance, stop, and terminate. That action it can be done. So let's say remember this name because this is needed, and create policy. Now we are creating a policy by own. We are defining the user. In an organization, you will be actually creating a policy. You are not doing direct policy. So let's try this one with user Reddy Shravani because we have a console access for her. So let's say security credentials and enable console access for her. Custom password and give her a password again as a let's say welcome at the rate DM1N. Welcome at the rate DM1N and enable the console access for her. Close. No thanks. Okay, so this is something which I have created. Permissions, got it. Users, it is created. Now, for Reddish Ravni user only, what I will do, I'll remove rest of the permission. As an easy to remove I don't want, remove it. I don't want S3 CloudWatch, remove these permissions, remove. And CloudWatch also, I don't want. So let's remove this permission. I just removed it. From the group also, below. Okay, so let's go to groups and she's okay. I think I removed her from the group also. Fax is not there. Security, she's not there, right? Nothing is there. I just want to see she's part of beta group. She's not there in any group now. Okay, so again go to Reddish Ramni user. Now permission. So add a permission. Add a permission over here. So now I can go to attach policy directly. I can go attach policy directly and I just search for the policy which I created. EC2 limited set permission. I'll just select this policy and see this policy. So this is the same thing what I have done it. This is the same thing which I have written. Remember just now EC2 deployment I created. I'll just say give this permission only. Describe instances. This all thing. Just copy this JSON, dropping into the chat. Okay. So let's say just make it as next, and I'll say add permission. So this is the permission now I have given to Shravani to perform some actions over there. Let's say now what I'll do one thing. I'll log in to here. Redis Shravani user and automation. No, what is the password you are given? Welcome, I think. Welcome, Anthony, DM1 and oops, not welcome. Welcome. DM1 and okay. This is the right password which I have given. Now coming to this part, now if you see all over red, but I have given her some permission to start and create some instances. So let's say I'll just go to Mumbai region and see if she's having some permissions over here or not. Let's try to create it. No. So if you see over here, what exactly happened, because I have now limited each of permissions for us. See, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even though if we can define some set of permissions, she can able to do it because things are associated, right? If I'm going, if I'll see over here, I have defined her a permission to start an instance. But if you see over here, if I'll go over there to start that information, that will be there, fine. But she should not be able to authorize to describe any volume. So let's try to start an instance for her. So let's say she is actually started the instance because she having that permission. This EC2 which I have created, this is created by my own, right? It is not created by Shravani. Just understand the chronology, how it is actually happening. One user who is creating it, he's setting up some permission for an user that okay, I don't want her to do anything or to perform her anything. So what exactly happened? But I have given her permission to start. But just now I have seen, I have given her one wrong permission for terminate instance. As an IAM user, she should not be having a terminate permission for any particular thing. So what I will do, I will just remove this permission. That okay, no, this is quite risky. I cannot take this risk. If by mistake a user deleted this one, so he or she can do it. Or let's say I just remove stop instance also. Let's say she started. Now let's see whether she is able to do or not. This stop part. Make it this one. And let's go next. And let's say save these changes. Okay. Now go back over here and just say over there running instances are there. Running instances. This one close. And let's say remove this one. Action and instance state. And then try to stop instance. You will be associated stop. Okay, as of now, what exactly happened? It is trying to stop. Reason why it takes some time. Always remember, whenever you are doing some action, this AWS will take some time to reflect. So you have to wait for some time. Let's take it stop and then we will again try. Stop. By mistake, sometimes what happen in a hurry burry, we click on terminate delete instance. So for that also there is one option in an instance settings, in an images monitor, security, networking, and the instance setting. there is something called enable terminate section will be there. Okay. So what we will do, we can enable it so it won't delete. So whenever you are doing on a bigger project, okay, don't enable that particular thing. So you won't delete it. So let's again try. Let's see whether permission updated or not. Start instance. Let's say it started because she have that permission to start. As of now. Okay. So it's running. Let's see whether till it's updated or not. Instance state and try to stop instance. Let's see stop now. It got updated. So what exactly it happened now? She is not able to stop the instance. This is what I want to showcase, right? So remember this thing now. Think all the project what you have received it. Okay, think in that scenario that okay, what exactly you should be doing it at that level where you should be having these kinds of things available. These kinds of things available. Okay, it means every time you should be having these components to be defined in your subset. Means generally in any cloud you go, AWS, Azure, GCP, you should be deploying it in a similar way. We will be seeing some more practical scenario, but to make you understand this particular thing was important to make it clear, right? Generally companies does not follow direct root credentials. They generally follow the this one. They generally follow this one. What do you say? So generally this one, what exactly it happened is like you will be deploying and configuring your all set of permissions and all. So always remember this thing. Got some idea, receive some clarity what exactly we are doing it. See, this is the one which she started. I'm logged in as Ranjit account, not as a Shravani. So this is, let me make it as instance stop instance. And you might be having one question that okay sir, if my instance is stopped, still I am getting a charge. The reason why it is happening because this instance having some storage attached in a volumes, right? By default some volumes is already running. That's the reason you are actually getting charged even though your instance is getting stopped. Now tell me, got understanding what exactly I am, how much important it is in a cloud section, and what is the advantage? Are you able to understand it or not? No users there. Go ahead, please. Any doubts? Any which you did not got clear? Or for everyone it is clear? Say yes or no, guys. If you are
Yes, sir.
understanding,
Yes, sir, it's clear, sir.
clear, right? So, So we will see some more things. And if you see now cloud, the people who are regular, I can say for them, what happened, where it opened. The people who are very regular to this session or this batch from last 1.5 month, I think those students can be now a very good understanding at the cloud. This is actually what you learn is a AWS solution architect thing.